This week on GamePron News, there's more unpleasantness as we hear of the demise of Bizarre Creations, and it looks like Microsoft studio Rare is heading the same way. Video game piracy is in the headlines again, with both Crytek and Sony responding to unauthorized software, and Sony have been busy in the hardware department too, of finally unveiling the fabled PlayStation phone. EA CEO John Riccitiello has admitted that he used to play World of Warcraft, but that Star Wars: The Old Republic will be better. While we're talking about Blizzard, the modder who created World of StarCraft has been invited to meet the Wings of Liberty team at Blizzard HQ, while the Diablo 3 development team have confirmed yet again that they're not actually working on a console version. To round off the week, fans of horror, music and gaming can relax as we learn that Mike Patton will return in the title role for The Darkness 2. Hi, I'm Jessica Citizen. In what is looking like a disturbing trend for 2011, development studio Bizarre Creations has officially closed its doors. Best known for their work on Project Gotham Racing, Geometry Wars Retro Evolved, Blur and the recent James Bond title Bloodstone, it has been a while since we've seen anything good come out of the studio. Rumours had been circling since last November that some of the UK's best developers would soon be out of a job, and parent company Activision has confirmed that, as of February 18th, the doors have closed for good. Things aren't looking so nice for Rare either. A rumour started a month ago on an internet forum alleging that the developer had sacked their permanent art staff in an effort to cut costs. This week, anonymous sources have revealed that this is only half the story. Apparently, staff at the developer had been forced to reapply for their jobs or take a handy redundancy package. Due to negative feelings within the studio, a number of the art staff have opted to take the money and run, adopting full-time freelance positions instead. Rare has been around since 1982 and over the past 3 decades have brought us Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong Country, Viva Pinata and the classic GoldenEye 007. Recently though, Microsoft restructuring has seen the studio focusing on Kinect-based titles, including Xbox 360 avatars and last year's Kinect Sports. It's not known just what this will mean for the studio, which was bought by Microsoft in 2002 for $375 million. Last week, an early build of Crysis 2 was leaked onto torrent sites, giving countless PC gamers an opportunity to get their hands on the game more than a month away from release. In response to the leak, an angry EA spokesperson took to the publisher's forums, explaining that the version doing the rounds is an early, incomplete, unfinished build, and stating that piracy continues to damage the PC packaged good markets and the PC development community. Now, keep in mind that Crytek once had a history of PC exclusivity until the original Crysis was heavily pirated, so it's no surprise that PC gamers around the world interpreted this to mean that Crytek would be abandoning the platform for good. After a weekend to think about it, however, Crytek CEO Chivat Yerli headed to the game's forums and posted a simple announcement thanking the PC gaming community for their support and reassuring fans that PC gaming is very important to them and will always be important to Crytek in the future. So, PC gamers, he's being nice to you, why don't you be nice to him too and hold off on grabbing the game until March 22nd when you can do it legitimately. Also taking action against piracy this week is Sony, in the light of their ongoing court case against GeoHot. The hardware giant has released an official statement regarding PS3 circumvention devices and pirated software, and predictably they're not terribly fond of hackers, pirates and anyone else who might use unauthorized software. The short story version is that if you're caught with custom firmware, your console will be banned from the PlayStation Network forever. We are already hearing reports of gamers feeling the wrath of the ban hammer and seeing error messages when attempting to sign into the PlayStation Network. At this stage, it's unclear whether the bans are specifically for users trying to circumvent the console security or because Sony has detected pirated software. Either way, they are making good on their threat. But that's not the only thing Sony have been up to this week. The company has finally revealed the PlayStation phone. It's the game-changing Xperia Play, and while it is awfully shiny, it's not quite what we'd anticipated. It's basically a new handset from Sony Ericsson running Android and accessing the recently announced PlayStation Suite to download games and player data. It also boasts a 5-megapixel camera and 4-inch multi-touch display and promises 60 FPS playback and 3D graphics. There's a digital D-pad, 2 analog touchpads, 2 shoulder buttons, and of course the iconic PlayStation buttons, circle, cross, square and triangle. The launch catalogue features 50 games that have been designed specifically for the Xperia Play, and a whole bunch will come pre-installed on the handset. We're not quite sure if they're going after the casual mobile gaming market or making this an alternative to the PSP or NGP, but either way, it does look like an interesting endeavour. CEO of Electronic Arts John Riccitiello was speaking at the Goldman Sachs Technology and Internet Conference this week when he made the sensational admission that he was once a World of Warcraft player. He went on to explain that he considers Warcraft to be one of the greatest entertainment properties ever built, but that EA and BioWare are going to give the competition a run for their money when Star Wars: The Old Republic is released later this year. Referring to the Old Republic's full voice acting, the CEO poetically described the game as the genre's first talkie compared to Blizzard's silent movie. He also observes that EA really dropped the ball a few years ago, but the company is now on the rebound, spurred on by an increasing focus on digital entertainment and online gaming, backed up by the strongest intellectual property portfolio by far in the games industry today. Blizzard fans have been waiting and waiting for the seemingly inevitable World of StarCraft, so it's not surprising that when developer Ryan Winzen created the WoW lookalike using the latest StarCraft 2 modding tools, the internet was intrigued. The mod was shown off a month ago via online videos before Blizzard issued a cease and desist notice and forced the mod to change its name from World of StarCraft to the non-copyright infringing StarCraft universe. Soon after the mod was made public, Ryan was apparently offered a job at League of Legends developer Riot Games, but better news was yet to come. Not only was the modder invited to Blizzard HQ to meet the StarCraft 2 development team, but Dustin Browder, the game's design director, has said he's really looking forward to meeting the young designer, shaking his hand and apologising for the misunderstanding. You see, it seems that nobody at Blizzard believed World of StarCraft really had been created using the in-game editor. There's even the implication that if Ryan's skills are up to scratch, and if he's a nice guy, there may even be a job for him at Blizzard. Speaking of jobs at Blizzard, the developer has posted a wanted ad looking for a senior producer for console Diablo 3. Predictably, the rumour mill has kicked into overdrive, but Blizzard have, again, released a statement explaining the whole deal. It seems the publisher is exploring a Diablo-related concept for consoles, and they want to bring in some new blood, someone who has some experience in developing games for the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3. They would like you to please note that this is not an announcement of a console title, so please settle down. Now, if this all sounds a bit familiar, it's because it's exactly the same statement that Blizzard released in November last year. That's because this senior producer job is exactly the same as the one advertised before Christmas. Nothing new to see here, folks. Keep moving. While original developers Starbreeze are no longer on board, 2K Games have revealed that they will be returning to the comic book world of Jackie Estacado in the Darkness 2. If that wasn't exciting enough, this week it was also confirmed that Mr. Mike Patton would again be working on the game, lending his trademark grunts, squeals and whispers as the voice of the Darkness.
Stay away, Jackie! This is not for you.
It feels really good to be the bad guy, says Patton, and the Darkness is as bad as it gets. It's still early days and we don't know too much about the new game in development at Digital Extremes, but we can confirm that it is set 2 years after the events of the original and the Darkness is sick of being bottled up. Till next week, I'm Jessica Citizen and this is GamePron News.